Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily, and today we are going to be doing a book outlet haul. So before we get into the actual content of the video, it's been a while. It's been at least 6 months since my last video. I think longer than that now. But you know, I'm in my final year of my undergrad. I was working on law school applications and just getting everything done. And of course, we're living in the middle of a global pandemic, so like that added stress just wasn't great. But I am back. I am ready to be making more videos. So without further ado, I have the box here. It's just sitting on this chair that I have beside me, and we're gonna be looking at books. Okay. I don't even remember what half of these are. The first book that we have is They Went Left by Monica Hesse, I think is how you pronounce that name, but I'm not certain. This is a fiction story about World War II, and the title, I think, is in reference to the sorting at Auschwitz when the Nazis would either sort them left or right, and I think left was when they would be put in the gas chambers. Yes, everyone else, her parents, her grandmother, her aunt, they went left. But she and her brother went right, and now it's post-war, and she is looking for her brother. Next, we have The Hummingbird Dagger by Cindy Anstey. I'm really excited about this book. You guys will probably see it again in a few days in my April TBR video. It's a mystery set in 1833. Main character doesn't remember anything, and she has to get the help of a guy named James and his sister. I don't usually like books where the main character can't remember anything. Like, it stresses me out. But I'm excited. I think this one will be good, and I hope it'll be romantic. But it seems like a murder mystery type thing that is set in the Victorian era, and that's what I'm here for. Maybe I should put them here when I'm done, and then it'll be like, you guys can see them stacking up. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, next we have Life is Short and Then You Die. This is a collection of short stories with that have to do with murder. It says First Encounters with Murder. I didn't realize it was edited by Kelly Armstrong, but I saw that Barry Lyga, Caleb Roehrig, Y.S. Lee, and R.L. Stein were contributors. I also see now Kelly Armstrong is also a contributor. But those are some authors that I really like, so I was really excited about that. Let's see if I recognize anyone else. No, I don't think so. But I'm really excited about this. There's a lot of stories in here. This is going to be really good, I think. I always buy short story collections, and like then I remember that I'm not a huge fan of them. Like, I read them and I like them, but I'm a novel person. But I think I'll like this one because, like, mysteries. I guess we'll see. Next we have Strange Grace by Tessa Gratton. This book... Ooh, yes. Oh, yes! Every time the slaughter moon rises, a young man must be sacrificed in this village. I got this because I recently read John Lilly's Galatea, and basically the premise of that, it's a Renaissance play, and it has to do with every 5 years a beautiful virgin gets sacrificed in their village. So these two dads dress their daughters up as men so that they don't get chosen, and then the girls end up falling in love. And so it's a really fun story, but I saw slaughter and I was like, a sacrifice, but it's a man this time? Exciting. That sounded so weird, but like I don't know. I want to see how it compares to Galatea. It probably doesn't. Like, I don't think that there's even a correlation, but Galatea has been the only thing on my mind recently, so we'll see. Next we have The Merciless Four by Danielle Vega. I have them all. You can't see them. They're over on this shelf way over here. This is the only one that I own in paperback. It was only available in paperback. I mean, you get what you can get, right? I'm excited to read it. Did I love the first three? I don't think so. I don't know that I rated any of them higher than 3 stars, but like I need to finish the series, you know, or at least own the full series. I think this was only like $3 or $4, so I was like, we can do it. We can do it to finish out the series. Okay, this next one has been on my TBR for so long. This is one of the first books that I ever added to my want to read shelf on Goodreads, and that is The Basic 8 by Daniel Handler. Daniel Handler is probably better known under his pseudonym Lemony Snicket. But yeah, I've wanted to read this book for forever, and yeah, I don't know. So she's a murderer, I'm reading. I literally did not remember what this was about because it's been on my want to read for so long, but yeah, the 8 are the people who have been like bullied and stuff, and then one of them, whose name is Flannery, she is being called a murderer, and it says Flannery wants you to know that she's not a murderer at all. She's a murderess, which is fun, and apparently it gets funnier and funnier as it goes along. I love Lemony Snicket because I find his jokes really funny, so hopefully this one is just as good. Next we have Mapping the Bones by Jane Yolen. I love that I'm opening up every single book because I don't remember what any of them are about. Oh, okay, this is another World War II one, and it's about 2 twins, well, like one set of twins, 2 children, living in Poland in 1942, and it's prose and poetry, it looks like. But yeah, I'm really interested in reading about Poland during World War II. That's where my great-grandmother lived. That's why I got this tattoo, which is the symbol of the Polish resistance in Warsaw against the Nazis. So yeah, it's just always been something that really fascinates me. I like learning more about my family history, so even though this is fiction, it'll still give me some insight into that time period, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay, next we have another one by Monica Hesse, Girl in the Blue Coat, which is also set in World War II, and it has something to do with this girl's working in the black market, and someone was hiding a Jewish person in their home, and that Jewish person went missing, and she needs to look for them, I think is the premise. Yes. Okay, and I think that the main character who works for the black market is the girl in the blue coat, but I'm not certain. Wow, there's so many more books in here than I remembered. Every time I think I've gotten to the bottom, it's like, there's another one. This is Alexandra Christo's Into the Crooked Place. Now, initially, it was just the cover that drew me to it, because, like, I love how the letters, like, go into the lines. I don't know, I just think that's so pretty. But this one, oh, yes, this one made me feel like it might be sort of similar to The Gilded Wolves or to Six of Crows. I don't know that that's true. It's not really a heist story. It is probably more closely related to These Rebel Waves. But I don't know. I guess we'll see when I read it which one I would equate it to. But it reminds me of those sort of ensemble books where it's fantasy, but it's more like thievery. But I don't know that there's thievery here. They're all kind of like living on the streets and stuff, which is what made me think of The Gilded Wolves and Six of Crows. We'll see. Okay, next we have Jodi Lynn Zidrock. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. This is called Spectacle. Oh, I remember this. She was, she writes, like, for the Daily Morgue column, but then she starts seeing premonitions of the bodies before they're discovered, or maybe of the girls before they're killed. I think that's so cool. I don't know. I'm on the fence because sometimes premonition books I literally hate, and then sometimes I'm obsessed with them. So we'll see if this one's one I hate or one I'm obsessed with, but it's set in that time period that I love in the 1800s in Europe, so I think I'll like it. Oh, we're running out of room now. We're gonna have to start another one. Oh my gosh, there are still more. Okay. This one is The Lux by Anna Godberson, and I don't... Oh, there are 2 sisters, and maybe one of them dies? But I know this is a series, and it's looked really good. I honestly couldn't remember if I owned this book or not, but, like, I'm pretty sure I don't. I'm pretty sure I'm just confusing it with another series that I own, which is, The Lady Renegades is what I'm confusing it with, which I can see on my shelf right now, and that's the one that I thought might be this, but it's not. I am really excited. I really don't know much about it. I don't know if I want to know much about this one. I think I just kind of want to go into it. Like, it's 2 sisters. It's kind of the kind of book that I'm either going to be obsessed with or I'm going to absolutely hate, and I never know, so I buy them anyways. So I guess we're going to see. Okay, the penultimate book is Confessions About Colton by Olivia Harvard. And this one, Colton dies, and I think it's his best friend. Yes, his best friend finds him, and then there are clues left. There are 7 clues, so he has to follow the clues to figure out who it is that murdered his best friend, and I think he's the one being accused of it too. I just think it's going to be really good. It sounds like a classic whodunit with like a bit of a twist. I'm excited. Okay, finally, we have Lois Duncan's Killing Mr. Griffin, which, yeah, okay, so like a group of students decides to teach their teacher. They decided to teach their teacher a lesson and prank them, but then people start dying and they're like, ooh, one of us is a murderer. Who is it? And that kind of reminds me of the Don't Get Mad, Get Even. Is that the first book or the second book by Gretchen McNeil? I have a photo blocking those. But yeah, like, Don't Get Mad is the name of the series. And yeah, I don't know, it just reminded me of that. What other book does the same thing happen, that they start off pranking and then things just start going horribly wrong? It's another book set in a high school, similar to Don't Get Mad, but it's not that. Oh my god, duh! One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus is a group of kids, somebody dies and they don't know which one of them is the murderer. So yeah, I think it'll be kind of similar to that. I don't know how many points of view it's told in, or if it's just told in the one point of view. I think it might, I don't know. But I'm seeing now, this author wrote a lot of books. This is the author who wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer. But they've written a ton of different books, so if I like this one, maybe I can get more. So that is all the stuff that I bought from Bookoutlet. It was really exciting. I had a good time picking them all out. I haven't done like a big book haul in a while, so I was excited to just get myself some new books. I've been in a bit of a reading slump recently, so I thought if I buy new books, maybe I'll read them. Will I read them? Tune in to find out. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. It'll really help me. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment, let me know which one of these books you'd be most likely to read. If you've read any of them, let me know what you think. And if you think that I will like it or hate it, because I really don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.